All right, here we are at FNB Field for game number 2 of the ESAC Conference rival Christendom doubleheader. The Knights won 6-2 thanks to Nick Joseph being the Nightly News Player of the game and Cameron Smiley with the complete game. So the Knights moved to 12-6 while Christendom evens up at 9-9. For this game, Colten Zerby will be on the mound. Of course, last time we saw him allowed only 1 run and 1 hit en route to being the Nightly News Player of the game just last week against Penn State York. We did get the split in that contest. We dropped the first game, so Zerby was able to come in that second game and get us out of here with a victory. So we're going to be looking for a lot more of that from Zerby. And we're joined here by 2 Nightly News Hall of Famers. One we'll hear now, one we'll hear at the halfway point. But Tyler, we didn't necessarily have a chance because of the quick turnaround between these 2 games. Well, what were some key things that the Knights did in the first game that they can come back around and do again this game?
Well, hopefully you'd like to see their offense get going a little bit earlier on. They were able to score a couple runs in the first inning, and then I think we're pretty much shut down until about the 5th inning. So it'll be interesting to see if Christendom kind of cleans up their defense a little bit. If Central Penn was able to take advantage of that, and if Zerby can pitch anything like he did a few days ago, then I would say the Knights have a really good chance to win.
So as we look at Zerby's numbers on the season, he has appeared in 8 contests, only started that 1 game, 17 1/3 innings for a 3.12 ERA. 2 wins on the season as well. But probably the most important stat, only 11 hits in 17 innings pitched.
I'd say that's really good.
Amuso steps in. Zerby, one of those senior leaders here for the Knights. And would like to see him pitch another good game like he did last week against Penn State York. And there's a shot. This is going to be down that first baseline. It's going to be off screen, and unfortunately McCoy can't come up with it, and he's taking a little bit of a beating today. Slow to get up. But alas, he does, and it's a 1-1 count.
It's good to see him getting up and moving after that. Like he had a little bit of a run-in with the wall there.
Like I said, a couple of close calls. He was run into back at a play on first base back in the first game, which was a controversial call.
Yeah, and he was down for a minute after that one. So,
and they're giving McCoy a minute over here at first base to compose himself. A nice crowd out here on our only Sunday afternoon contest of the season. That's why we have such all-stars here on the call with us as Zerby pitches high. And the pitch. High again.
Like a close pitch there.
3-1. The 3-1 here. That's going to be out of play over by the parking lot. You got to be careful where you park out back if you do come over for a game.
Hopefully that wasn't your car it came close to, Paul.
Hopefully I haven't had any issues to this point. The 3-2. Eddie!
There we go.
Talk about.
Nice bounce back there by Zerby. Behind 3-1, able to come back and get the strikeout. Good way to start off the second game.
Musso not happy with that. He struck out his last 2 appearances of the first game in an 0-for-3 outing. And Coleman steps in. Gus Coleman, 28 of 60 coming into today with 28 RBI and a .467 average. Which that was the thing. Some of the big boppers for Christendom were just held in check. Again, Coleman 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get on base in the first game.
I would definitely say that was a big key, too, to the win. Anytime you can keep their big thumpers in a lineup held off base like that, you're going to have a really good chance to win.
There's a shot to left, but that will be caught.
Batting third, number 16, Matt O'Hara.
There's a quick 2 outs. So looking to have a nice quick 1-2-3 inning here and try to get the Knights up to the plate.
O'Hara pitched that first game, but ran into a lot of trouble with the errors. The pitch. Inside. And there's
Another
this should be
pop-up.
play. Smith Cole just in
Nice.
the outfield grass fair, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Knights up to bat.
It's hard to study when you're hungry. The College Pantry can help. Central Penn College and your Student Government Association are committed to ensuring that all of our CPC Knights have access to food when they need it. Requests are kept anonymous and can be submitted online. Look for the link under the links section of Student Central or contact Lindsay Garber, Director of Housing and Residence Life at lindsaygarber@centralpenn.edu.
Back here with you, Paul Miller, Tyler Coleman, bottom of the first. Thornberry, the pitcher. Outside there. So Thornberry on the mound. 20.57 ERA, and does have 2 losses and 4 appearances. 1 game started, 7 innings pitched. 21 runs, 16 earned, 14 walks, and 11 strikeouts. in those 7 innings. So it has been a challenge for Thornberry on the season.
Two walks an inning. You're gonna give up. You're gonna give up a lot of runs when you're doing that. So that explains the high ERA. So look to see if the Knights can take advantage of that here early on.
And Zell hit himself with that foul ball. I'm not sure if it hit him in the ankle, but he's up. Going down to one knee is Zell. So obviously concerned for Owen, one of our best players, and trying to, looks like he's directing to just above his knee and his lower thigh. And he looks like he's okay. Trainer heads back to the dugout. But as Zell steps back in, 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first inning. If you're close, come on down. We'll be here. And that was way outside from Thornberry.
Be curious now to see if Zell gets on base here, see if he'll be able to steal after taking that ball off his leg.
High and outside. Zell runs the count back to 3-2. So the 1-2-3 inning for Zerby in the top half of the first. And Zell fouls it back. Pretty much the exact same lineup here in game number 2 for Central Penn. The count is full. Out of play again, off to our left.
It's a good at-bat. Zell finding a way to hang in there, foul off some good pitches.
The pitch, fouls it back again. Still full to Zell. And this is going to be a tough play. That's going to be a foul ball.
Wow. You'd like to see after this good of an at-bat. Be happy to see him get on base. Yep.
.9 Game started just after 4:30 today. And the count still full to Zell. And he stays with it, extending it again. The 3-2 one more time.
There you go.
That's outside.
Nice long at bat and gets the walk. Good way to get the inning started.
Batting center number 21, Weston Campbell.
Zell looked like he was going to go, but got his feet tangled up there and decided to hold on. Do see some pitching going on out in the bullpen, so this could be a bullpen game possibly. And they're going to get the strike.
Makes you wonder whenever you start a pitcher as a 20 ERA, it might be that type of game. Might only be looking to get an inning or two out of him.
Zell coming back. One ball, one strike to Campbell. And again, shows bunt. That's twice in a row that he offered, didn't connect.
Wonder was Zell on, if you could see a little hit and run action.
Campbell 1 for 2, did walk twice in that first contest. And slider inside to Campbell. Just high. So back-to-back 3-2 counts.
Yeah, these first couple of Knights batters are seeing a lot of pitches. But you're hoping that can help out the rest of the lineup.
The 3-2. Strike 3 to Campbell.
33rd, number 34, David Thomas.
Thomas steps in with 1 out. Thomas was 0 for 3. Did walk and score in the first inning. Zell again took about a halfway down lead, but got back to first in time as Thomas takes a strike.
A little surprised Zell hasn't looked to take off yet, but maybe taking that foul ball off the leg is playing a role in that.
Well, what I would say is when he did try to steal back in the first batter, he did trip.
Tumbled a little bit.
Yeah, and he got back up a little gingerly, so maybe he's still reeling from the foul ball. And Thomas pops it out of play over to our left and behind us. Two strikes to Thomas here in the bottom of the first inning. Nothing game. Zell has walked. There hasn't been a hit. And there's a shot to deep left. This could be trouble.
It's a nice drive.
But not quite far enough. And brought in by Musso out in center.
Gave that ball a ride. I thought maybe it had a chance to get off the wall.
McCoy.
Fortunately, fell just short.
So now McCoy steps in. Zell goes, and McCoy is hit.
Man, that was right at him.
Another hit by pitch by McCoy. So McCoy was hit in the first inning and scored back in the first game. So
How about we see that repeat itself here?
I know. Clouds do roll in, and
Slight chance of rain, it looks like.
we will get on
The radar.
and see what the...
Pulling up your trusty AccuWeather app.
And Joseph, the Nightly News Player of the Game, takes a strike. He was the player of the game back in the first. Looks like they are calling for some rain here. I would imagine it's going to be a very difficult for us to get this contest in. Looks like a little bit of light rain after 5 o'clock, but starting about 5:45, rain all the way through until 7 o'clock. So it does not appear that, but you know, the weather could be wrong. There's a shot, the hit and run. They get him at second. That was a good play, but just hit right at somebody. So the fielder's choice, Joseph grounds out. And that will retire the side. 2 left, and we'll go to the top of the second inning, 0-0.
The Knightly News Media Club at Central Penn College is looking for new members. Members have the opportunity to get hands-on experience writing for our student publication, The Knightly News, being a part of the Knightly News podcast, and being a part of our live sports stream broadcast. Email Club Advisor Professor Paul Miller at paulmiller@centralpenn.edu.
Take a short.
Paul's fantasy guy.
Back here with you, top of the second inning. And Romero, the cleanup hitter, after Zerby sat him down 1-2-3 here in the first. And there's a shot to left.
Yep. Looks like it's easily going to be a double.
Off the wall. So Romero, a big double.
Not an ideal way here to start the inning if you're Zerby, but you'd still work around that.
Batting fifth, number 4, Peter Sullivan.
Sullivan steps in. The second baseman today. As O'Hara catching here in game 2. He pitched and played third and actually had a really key play down at the hot corner to keep it relatively close. But alas, the Knights were able to get out of that game with a victory.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the first game. That O'Hara looked really athletic, being able not just pitching, but making some of the plays that he was.
Of course, the 6 errors did Christendom no favors in the first.
Yeah, whenever you're a pitcher and you have your outfielders dropping the ball like that's tough to handle, and you just got to figure out a way to pitch around that, unfortunately. And there's another shot to left field. And Christendom's coming home, and they're going to score an early run on the RBI single. But Christendom took a 1-0 lead in the first game, and Central Penn was able to bounce back, so see if Zerby can still pitch around this.
Back-to-back, 2 really nice shots for Christendom here. And Zerby already allowed more hits in this inning than he did against Penn State York. And heads up. Thornberry, the pitcher here, trying to help his own cause, as they say. Zerby runs the count to 1 apiece.
There you go.
Big cut. Comes up empty. The 1-2.
Getting an out here after those back-to-back hits would be really nice to try to get confidence back on your side.
Inside, runs the count to 2-2 to Zerby. Romero, one of the most prolific pitchers for Christendom, also 28 RBI and a 400 average.
So it sounds like he's doing a little bit of everything. But he gets hit by that pitch, so he'll take his base.
Thornberry, the hit by pitch. And now, first and second for Thomas.
Really like a ground ball double play here. Try to limit the damage in this inning.
And still no one out, to your point. 1 run in.
Ooh, almost hit another one. Batter had to duck out of the way.
Zerby has struggled thus far.
Definitely a little erratic with his control right now.
And Thomas, he's going to go to third. And he got the lead runner.
Play. Nice heads-up play. Knowing that he would have the throw there to third base and get the lead.
Well, he's also a lefty. I'm sure that had something to do with it. And Roman comes up. Still only 1 out, though. Still first and second. So they did get the lead runner there, did Zerby. It's going to be low.
At this point, if you're Zerby, you're just trying to limit the damage for Christendom.
And the pitch from Zerby. Outside, ball 2.
He's really struggling to find the strike zone here in the second inning.
And this is the 8 and 9 hole hitters here. So this is, if anything, should be a reprieve for Zerby to be able to get out of this inning.
Definitely the part of the lineup you want to get outs.
Got the call in the corner. Two balls, 1 strike. Another one, strike 2. The 2-2. And he struck him out. A huge strikeout there for Zerby.
And definitely a nice bounce back.
Number 2, George Story.
So now 2 outs. If you can limit them to just that 1 run, you'll take that.
First pitch strike from Zerby. So Zerby's certainly battling here, even though he's basically allowed the first 3 batters this inning to reach and did allow that run. He's battled back here to 2 outs and 1 strike. And quickly 2 to Story.
Got to get a strikeout here to finish off this inning.
Nothing in 2 to Story. And there is a pop.
Another shot to left.
To left. And he does come up with it. David Thomas will retire the side. The Christendom Crusaders push 1 across, but it's 1-0 with the Knights coming up. Bottom of the second.
Shop for your groceries at Weis Markets and get discounts on fuel for your car. With Weis Rewards program, you can earn 1 point for every dollar spent on participating purchases. When you reach 100 points, you will be able to redeem your points for 10 cents off a gallon, up to $1 off per gallon of gas. And visit wisemarkets.com/gas-rewards for more information.
We will take a short break. Back here with you, Paul Miller and Tyler Coleman. Knights trail 1-0. Big slider, high.
42, Kyle Brent.
Brian's late.
And it has clouded up here immensely, if you can't tell. And now have to be concerned about the likelihood of this game being completed. I've never really seen them do a rain delay here. It's more if they got to get the tarp on the field, the game is over.
Have you seen any games played in the rain at all, or they just automatically call it?
They will allow it to a certain point, but if they stop the game for any reason to put the tarp on, I would imagine that would be it. Again, I'm just speaking from experience here, but
if the radar's showing it could rain till 7 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, and there is a small little pass right here that if we could get through without any rain, we should be all right till later. But that's, 6:30. I mean, are we going to get this game done in an hour and a half? I mean, I suppose it's possible. Brent with a walk.
It's going fairly quick. Only a half hour in the bottom of the second inning. So
Kaufman steps in. As we look back to game number 1. Gabe Kaufman reached base on 2 different errors and singled and started off the scoring in the first inning with 2 RBI and then flew out in the 6th. So did reach base 3 out of 4 times, did Kaufman, but 2 of them were on errors. 2 of the 6 for Christendom in the first game.
If you're a hitter, you'll get on base any way you can and try to get there for the rest of the guys hitting behind you to drive you home.
And Kaufman skies it to center. And 1 out.
And that to your point there with the errors, anytime you hit the ball in the outfield, you can't guarantee it's going to be caught. So
Tanner Boyd now hitting lefty. We saw him hit from both sides of the plate. And I'll tell you, you give Boyd a lot of credit. He's basically the everyday catcher for Central Penn. High and outside. There's a shot through the gap.
there we go.
He will hold at second. Does Brent.
Nice at bat. Take the ball the other way. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here.
Well, in USCAA, pitchers and catchers both get free pinch runners. So that's something to keep in mind.
Batting ninth is number 15, Terrell Smith-Cole.
Smith-Cole did have a sacrifice in the first game, but otherwise was quiet at the plate. Did make some good defensive plays. And there's another bunt. Over to first, Smith-Cole.
There we go.
He called him safe.
And he reached.
The E3 for Smith-Cole to reach, and this bases are loaded with only 1 out.
Now the Knights have opportunity to put some runs on the board here.
Zell is a fan favorite.
Number 11, Owen Zell.
Leading.
Bases loaded for the Knights, only 1 out. Zell, a little high.
Base hit here could score a couple runs for the Knights.
Outside for Thornberry.
2-0, could be looking to take a walk as well. Tie the game up.
Two balls, no strikes, 1 out for Zell. And just catches the top end of the strike zone. Thornberry the pitch. And there's a shot.
There we go.
One-run
Nice.
score. There's a play at the plate. No, there is not. Owen Zell with the 2 RBI single.
It's a nice hit. Drive in 2 runs. Get another runner over to third still with 1 out. And the Knights have taken the lead just like that.
Very similar to the first game, Tyler.
Like I said, 1 out. Got a chance to drive in another run here. Figure with a pitcher who had a 20 ERA, it might be a matter of time until you can get to him.
Indeed. Campbell struck out in the first, but still has a golden opportunity if he could just get the ball to the outfield. Smith Cole can fly. And back to first, checking in on Zell. Mainly because what you see a lot in the USCAA is when you get first and third, that runner on first is almost always going and rarely actually gets a throw to second because they're afraid the runner from third's going to come home. And Zell basically uncontested steal.
Just kind of walked into second base.
Well, that was going back to my point, was that a lot of times they'll just concede second base. I'm not a fan of that with only 1 out, personally. Especially because we know that O'Hara has a dynamite arm.
You're also trying to avoid staying out of the double play. So, because now a base hit, I mean, I get your point, but too, now at a base hit, your opportunity to score 2 runs as well.
Oh, on Central Penn, I think it's an absolute
Yeah.
great play. What I'm saying is I don't understand why the defense
Oh, no,
rarely
you would not.
offers a throw.
Yeah.
With 1 out, I would at least attempt it, is what I'm getting at. And this is
It's just
out of play for Weston.
The risk you take with the runner at third coming home.
Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Knights lead 2-1. Outside to Campbell.
But to those points now, you have a base open, so you could pitch around the left-hander.
That's
Try to
true.
set up the double play again anyways.
But do you want to walk Campbell for Thomas is the question. It appears that
Well, he might not be
answered.
might not be purposely trying to walk him.
David Thomas flew out to center back in the first. Bases loaded here.
Yeah, if you're Thomas coming to the plate, I'd make him throw you a strike. See if he can hit the zone.
Up to bat number 34, David Thomas.
Bases loaded for Thomas. And he takes a fastball right down the middle.
Yeah.
High. Thornberry's been around the plate, but he's already walked 3 and hit a batter.
Well, the stats you were reading earlier said he was averaging 2 walks a game. So
An inning.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, an inning.
The 1-1. The curveball crosses the plate, and thus far, Thomas has not offered.
I don't think we've seen the curveball too much yet.
Can Thomas just get one to the outfield and try to push another run home? And that exactly is what he does. Smith Cole is going to be tagging and will make it home without an issue. Zell into third.
Thomas did his job there, driving in the runner from third base with 1 out.
Number 3, Tanner McCoy.
And
Somehow, Campbell took second.
wow, looked like a complete mental lapse
Yeah.
there by Christendom.
Agree.
Just Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure how you don't have anybody watching second base.
3-1 Knights. That was the score that much of the game in the first game, but McCoy wants more than that. Another hit will drive in 2. And
Yeah,
that
you
curveball.
could really make him pay for that error. The base hit here.
Just inside. It's 1-0. Slider in there for a strike. One. And Tanner McCoy down the right field line. Just foul.
Yeah, just straighten that out a little bit, and you have a 2-run single.
Well, one thing I can say about McCoy is he absolutely can go the opposite way.
Yeah, he definitely was trying right there.
I mean, look at how far they're shading him to the... I mean, you can see if he would serve it down there even anywhere near that Central Penn banner, that's easily 2 runs, if not a triple. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the second. Knights lead 3-1. And McCoy out of play again. Almost hit a spectator up there in the suites.
Good thing it wasn't Brian.
1 ball, 2 strikes. McCoy hanging in there. And
Ooh,
it hit him.
got hit again.
Back-to-back hit by pitch. And that will be his 3rd of the day.
Yeah, he does. I would not be happy after that.
I mean, you know, they're not trying to extend this inning.
13, Nick Joseph.
No, not by any means, but you just wonder how unlucky are you to get hit
That's
3 times.
3 times. And not
Yeah.
only that, the play at first as well, so he has taken a beating.
It's been a long day.
But here is Nick Joseph as the Knights have now sent 9 men to the plate. Joseph grounded out to end the inning back in the first. Inside.
That one was close too.
One ball, no strikes.
Ooh,
And that almost hit him.
Damn.
Might have even clipped a little piece of his jersey.
That one looked really close. He hits another batter here. It's going to drive in another run.
The 2-0.
Yep, nowhere to put him.
Way outside. And I'll tell you, Thornberry has really struggled here. He's walked 2,
Hit a couple.
hit a batter just in this inning alone. And then Smith Cole was on base due to an error. So with all these base runners, Tyler, only 2 base hits from Zell and Boyd.
All these base runners, you'd like to see the Knights add to their lead here. Take advantage of this.
3-1.
I think he swung at ball 4.
I think that one was
It was
borderline. Probably a
up
ball,
and
but
in.
I have no issue with him swinging at that pitch. But alas, with all that being said, the bases are loaded with a full count to Nick Joseph, the Game 1 player of the game. And this is going to be a little squibber down the first baseline, which is not at all what the Knights were looking for, as the Knights leave the bases loaded. Yes, they pushed through across, but Tyler, something tells me they could have got a few more across along with it. But alas, we will go to the top of the 3rd inning. Knights lead 3-1.
Are you in a hurry and can't figure out what to have for dinner? Stop by your local Weis Markets, where we offer quick, easy, and convenient meals for you and your family. Pick up a bucket of chicken or check out our Friday pizza deals. For every 5 pizzas you purchase, you'll get the 6th pizza for free. This includes both cheese and one-topping pizzas. Visit wisemarkets.com/deli for more information.
We will take a short break.
Winging at me.
Back here with you, Paul Miller and Nightly News Hall of Famer Tyler Coleman. It's 3-1. The clouds look ominous, though it looks like the darkest clouds actually passed over top of us with some later clouds coming, so maybe we get a little bit of a reprieve here. Boyd picks up the ball. That's a fair ball, and that's an out.
That's a nice play. That's a tough call because it looked like it could potentially go foul, but it stayed right there on the chalk line. So to be able to pick that up and throw the runner out was
solid play by Boyd as we get back to the top of the order. And Tyler's long-lost relative,
Batting second, number 7, Gus Coleman.
Gus from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, flew out to left field back in the first.
Go out, run, hurry.
makes you kind of wonder how a kid from Milwaukee, Wisconsin ends up here in the Northeast playing baseball.
It's a great question. Steve Reich from Zerby. $325 down the lines here at FNB. $355 in left center. $380 in right center, and $405 to the power alleys. 400 dead center. So this is a major league dimensions with FNB Field here. High and away. 3 balls, 1 strike for Zerby.
If you're Zerby, you definitely want to try to shut Christendom's lineup down here, especially after the offense was just able to get you some runs and keep momentum on your side.
Well, and again, after Coleman's 3-4-5 in the lineup, and there's a big strike to bring the count full. Full count. And a number. And McCoy's going to take it and does get the out.
Third, number 16, Matt
Yeah.
O'Hara.
Nice quick 2 outs with the middle of the lineup coming up.
O'Hara, again, we mentioned this in the first game. He's got at least 20 people here from Hershey. So Christendom's O'Hara from Hershey, and has certainly brought a considerable amount of people here. He's the sophomore. It's going to be straight back at us. Well, Knights took the first game to move to 12-6 on the season. Christendom fell to 9-9. Knights now 3-0 against Christendom on the season. And O'Hara skies this one a mile high, but Smith Cole has a beat on it. And he will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 out of 3. 1, 2, 3 innings for Zerby, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. Knights leading 3-1.
Weis Markets is proud to be an American-owned and operated company since 1912. Make your own ice cream and source our milk locally in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. Weis Markets also has its own meat processing plant in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. We keep our operations local to ensure great, fresh, Weis quality products for our customers.
We will take back here with you, Paul Miller, Tyler Coleman for Kyle Brent. And Brent walked and scored back in the second. We got official word that 5 innings do need to be completed here for an official game, but the sun actually is starting to pop out, so
over to our right
maybe
here.
we'll get a little bit of a reprieve. And there's a shot to left, but caught.
Shot's right.
Batting seventh, number 31, Gabe Hoffman.
Peak.
And there's
98, number 6, Tanner Boyd.
So there's a quick first out for the Central Penn Knights. Tanner Boyd coming up. And there's the first pitch strike. So if you're the Knights, you definitely like to see if you can get to Thornberry here a little bit. As we touched base earlier, he has a very high ERA. Got 3 runs to him so far. That pitch is outside. It's 1-1. Yeah, that pitch is a little high there, so it's 2-1 for Tanner Boyd. Ball outside, so 3-1. Tanner looking to get on here to start the inning for the Knights. And ball 4, there we go. The Knights get the leadoff guy on base here. See if they can do some damage. Able to get
number 15, Terrell Smith Cole. running for Central Penn College, number 51, Sam Royer.
Back in the second inning, Smith Cole reached base on an error. It looked like almost was close to reaching base there again, but getting hit by the pitch. And there's a strike, so it brings it to a 1-1 count. There's a pickoff attempt by Christendom. So in the first game, they tried doing that a few times and overthrew the first baseman, so you got to be careful there. Oh. Almost a hit by pitch, and oh, wow. Called him out at second base. And unfortunately, that's going to end the inning for the Knights.
Three-1 Knights lead as we go to the top of the fourth inning. It's the outside on that pitch. Wind has calmed down slightly. Still a little bit of a breeze, but not too bad. The clouds rolled through and some brightness coming out, so hopefully we can get a couple of more innings here and get out of here with a victory. Knights looking to continue their dominance here in the Eastern State Athletic Conference. They are 4-0 on the season to 3-3 for Christendom.
Knights looking for another big division rivalry game victory here over Christendom.
1 ball, 2 strikes from Zerby. And this is going to be a tough play for Smith Cole, but he makes it look routine. Great play.
Nice play picking up that ball on the hop. Able to get a quick first out for Zerby and the Knights.
Next is number 4, Peter Sullivan.
But that's interesting about Smith Cole. You know, he has played some excellent defense this year. He just makes these tough plays look relatively routine. Big cut.
So Zerby struggled a little bit in the second inning, but it looks like he's been able to bounce back since then. Got a quick first out here in this inning and a quick first strike.
Back behind us.
It's coming down.
There's a shot. Zell calls it. And puts it away. Quickly 2 outs. So Zerby has sat Christendom down in order in the first and the third and is 1 out away from doing it here in the
Pitcher number
fourth.
21, Roland Thornberry.
Thornberry hit by the pitch back in the second inning and he's stranded at first.
Nice to see if Zerby can get a quick 1-2-3 inning, get the bats back to work.
And there's a shot. This is going to be over to McCoy. He's going to be just off our camera, but retires the side. And that is going to do it. We're going to go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Knights lead 3-1.
With Weis to go online, Weis Markets will do the shopping for you. Shop for your favorite products online or on our app anytime and anywhere. Then choose to pick up your groceries curbside or have them delivered to your house. Visit weismarkets.com/shop for more information.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth. It's extremely close. Back here with you now. Smith Cole was up to bat when the Kaufman was thrown out on the base paths. So he steps back in as back here with Parker Rose. 1-1. And Parker will take us the rest of the way. Got to hear from Tyler over the last game and a half. And we're just in a race against the weather at this point.
Right now with the weather coming, it's in Central Penn's favor. They currently have a 3-1 lead up on Christendom. Zerby, so far to this point in the game, Paul, has settled in and has been pitching really well. Besides that second inning, he got settled in and it seems he's doing pretty good.
Well, and even if you remember back to the second inning, yes, he allowed the first 3 batters to reach, but then went 1, 2, 3. So yeah, he allowed a couple of runners and a run to come across, but that could have been a much worse inning.
I agree 100%, but we talked about in the first game and all year, Central Penn has good defense behind them that, like, when the pitcher gets himself into trouble, he shouldn't have to worry because the defense will help him out.
Smith Cole, the strikeout.
So that flips the lineup over to Owen Zell. Zell reached on base twice today. A walk and a single.
2 RBIs and a steal. So big contribution here in game number 2. And the curveball comes
That must have
across.
just been. I thought it was a little, but our angle's a little framed differently. Could definitely be good framing by the catcher.
There's
a
shot.
shot.
To left.
With Zell's speed, this could be a double.
He's not even
He's going.
thinking about stopping.
And it looks like the fielders, and not the sound of it, looks like the left fielder just threw it in there with like no urge to try to make a play at second there, Paul. It seemed like
He might have just known he had no chance.
Could be the case with Zell's speed. Probably one of those that don't rush it and risk it there to get him to go to third. But Knights are in business here with one out with Zell on second. Base hit could bring Zell here and extend the Knights lead by 3. Zell fakes to go. He goes back. Good block by the catcher.
Yeah, O'Hara, man, I'll tell you, he's listed as a utility player. He's already pitched, caught, and played third.
I'm ready to say, I got to give him a shout out. The fact that he pitched the amount of innings he did in the first game and then played third and then his catching now, that is a lot.
No question.
But definitely a leader on Christendom's team. Time called.
Campbell will step back in with a 1-0 count.
Well, it's still with the rain coming on the horizon, Paul. It's still a nice, 68 degrees here on the island.
It's certainly not a bad, it's been a gorgeous day.
Definitely
for
with
baseball.
rain coming, you would think the temperature would drop. They tried.
Zell would have gotten picked up, but there was no one at second base.
That's communication error between the pitcher and the shortstop there.
Outside, 2-0.
But that's the X factor. Zell being on the base pad, getting in the pitcher's head.
Big strike there, and an important one. Thornberry still on the mound. This is inning number 4.
And there's no action in the bullpen for Christendom, so it looks like they're going to let him go back.
That was probably a little closer than it should have been for Zell.
Even the way the throw looked, Paul, too, is it looked like it was weird for the shortstop to even grab that. Like the angle.
Two 2-1. Off the plate for Campbell. 3-1. Campbell walked in the second and struck out in the first, so 0 for 1 and did reach base.
Low. Ball 4.
I'll
That
walk
puts
him.
runners on first and second.
For Thomas. Now Thomas had that sacrifice fly back in the second inning and flew out to center.
Batting third, number 34, David Thomas.
Thomas has been such a key player for the Knights this season. And here would be
And he
another
got
shot.
and that's going to score. Zell's going. We're going to have a play at the plate. And Zell's in there. And safe all around, and 2 more in scoring position where the Knights push the lead up by 3 now. What a beautiful RBI. Would you record that a double, or would it be a single? Because they got the play at the first, he bobbled it and went to second. I would say an RBI single with the advancement.
Yeah, he moved to second on the throw.
Now we got Tanner McCoy up the bat, and I will say, with everything Tanner's going through the first 2 games, he is due to just crush a ball here, Paul.
No question. Gives the Knights a 3-run lead.
Love to see Tanner crush one here.
All right, hit the ball before it hits you. Let's go. Let's get ahead of things.
one down here as McCoy steps in, and that slider is off the plate.
Hitters count with a 2-0. Runners on second and third. Great time to really bust this game wide open here, Paul. Time called. Oh.
One ball, one strike. Ump says 2-0.
Yeah, he did put up 1-1, and then they changed the scoreboard there. There's a
shot.
There's a shot.
This
That's
is
going
deep.
back. I might hit the
And
wall.
that's gonna carry.
Did he catch that? He did catch that.
I mean, what an incredible play.
I was ready to say the communication again, but it looks like if they... That looked like that was going to be a scary play. I thought a collision was going to happen or something, but that was a great play by the center fielder, but I still think that was the left fielder's ball there, Paul.
I mean, at this point, why not? You know what I mean?
But regardless, I bet McCoy was happy to put contact on the ball and got a sacrifice fly there to help push the lead by 4 now, with the Knights leading 5-1 here.
One of these times that ball is going to carry all the way and get a home run.
I don't know when the last time I could tell you, Paul, I watched a Central Penn game live and saw a home run. I think I might have to go back to Chris Rosario.
Way back in the
When we
first game of the season, we had an inside the park home run.
I did see that on the stream, but actually
I have not seen any, there, at least for us. We had one against us at home here.
But actually live in person, the last I remember is Chris Rosario when we were in the out in Palmyra.
In the net.
In the net.
Five 5-1 here with 2 pushed across the bottom of the 4th. Slider off the plate. He gets the call. (5-1). Another long inning. Zerby he throws behind him.
And he's going to come home.
And this is a run.
Yes, it is.
And Thomas, the heads-up play on the wild pitch.
And now the Knights definitely are busting this game open here.
See, the sun's still trying to peek out, so hopefully we can hang on.
3-2 count again. A lot of 3-2 counts.
Just gets a piece, does Joseph. 0 for 2 here in game 2, but the Nightly News Player of the game in game number 1. And he pops it straight up. This is going to be a tough play.
Everyone's calling for it. He makes the catch.
Does grab it, and that's going to retire the side, but not before the Knights push across 3 more runs, and we'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Knights lead 6-1.
Shop for your groceries at Weis Markets and get discounts on fuel for your car. With Weis Rewards program, you can earn 1 point for every dollar spent on participating purchases. When you reach 100 points, you will be able to redeem your points for 10 cents off a gallon up to $1 off per gallon of gas. Visit weismarkets.com/gas-rewards for more information.
And we'll be right back with the Knights up by 5.
Oh, I thought I hit it. I'm sorry. Zerby hits. Ooh.
Hit by pitch here on the second pitch to Thomas. And lets the leadoff runner on first base.
Christendom got some action in their bullpen out there.
Probably for the top of the bottom of the fifth. And again, according to Parker, and looking up some official rules, with the rain moving in, the Knights, this game does have to get to the bottom of the fifth for it to count.
And it's number 4 for Christendom in the bullpen getting warmed up. Paul, that's going to be a play.
Great
Nice.
play by Boyd. Now we're into the bottom of the lineup here for Story, who is yet to reach base.
Another can of corn pop
straight
straight up. Zell's calling for it. Zell got it, no problem. And after the hit by pitch, it's just quick moat, 2 outs now.
Back to the top of the order for Amusa, who is 0 for 2 here in game 2. Definitely has been rough sledding for Christendom's offense today between Smiley and Zerby, 2 of our marquee starting pitchers.
Right back
Straight
at
back.
us. Zerby gets a sign with the 0-1 pitch. Look good from here on the outside, but look good.
Well, the umps have had a tough day here.
They have. Nice pitch and a big cut. Definitely.
1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Can Zerby go 3 in a row retired after the hit by pitch?
Oh, got him on the inside corner. Well, and Zerby is fired up. That was a beautiful pitch placed on the corner. After the hit by pitch, Zerby just got into control and made it look really easy there.
All right, we are going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Knights still lead 6-1.
Are you in a hurry and can't figure out what to have for dinner? Stop by your local Weis markets where we offer quick, easy, and convenient meals for you and your family. Pick up a bucket of chicken or check out our Friday pizza deals. For every 5 pizzas you purchase, you'll get the 6th pizza for free. This includes both cheese and one-topping pizzas. Visit weismarkets.com/deli for more information.
And we'll be back in just a minute.
go, 4-2.
Paul Miller back here with Nightly News Hall of Famer Parker Rose as we try to close this one out against Christendom. We are more concerned at this moment about the impending weather. About 10-6 here. It's going to be upstairs to Brent. But should the Knights get through this inning, it will be 5, and this game could be official.
Yep, according to the weather app, Paul, on my phone, it says it's 24 minutes away. Now, it looks like but it's not the heavy stuff that they're calling yet, but it's like some of the sprinkles.
I think they would let them play it out if it was a light rain.
But we know that PA weather is very fully at times. It'd say it could be a downpour, and then all of a sudden it's not raining where you are at.
Just foul. That could have been dangerous.
For sure. Brings the count to 1-2.
Oh. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's high.
Good eye.
So Peter Sullivan in the game, he has 3 innings pitched on the season. Not one of the main pitchers for Christendom, but he's pitched well when he's been in there. Another 3-2 count. That's a shot. That might be a gapper. That's going back. That's going to hit the wall. Just what the doctor ordered, and good placement there. Stand-up double. Good way to start an AB in an inning for the leadoff man to get in scoring position right away. Brent with a double.
Looks like Christendom has 2 more players going to the dugout. 2 going to the dugout. I don't know if they're warming up or if they're just collecting.
Let's go, Gabe!
I'd imagine warming up since there's 2 of them. 1 will catch. It is tough. We can see now because in years past, the Knights were on the first base dugout. Now they're on the third base dugout. So we could see the Knights bullpen out in right field. We couldn't see the visitors out in left. Now the Knights are down there.
Smart to pull that bat down because that ball was going right for that bat after the pitch being thrown behind them.
We'd actually seen that once this year already. Somebody getting a foul tip behind them when the ball was thrown behind them.
Ooh. Went down fishing there on that one.
And Kaufman had a fielder's choice and a fly out thus far today. The 1-1 pitch.
Behind again. And a throw that, man,
Brent almost hung out to dry there.
That was definitely a good throw by O'Shea behind the plate. Oh. Two ones to count to Gabe Kaufman. Time called.
Two balls and a strike here. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Knights lead 6-1. There's a pop-up. This could be another tough play.
Center fielder's calling it. Right fielder called it.
Again, Parker, to your point, another issue with some outfield communication. You would think after some of the issues they've had today that they would make that a priority.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Paul, because the first game, it was errors upon errors. There's only one error on the board for Christendom for the second game, but even like routine plays in the field, like, yeah, it wasn't an error, but communication's key in baseball, especially in the outfield.
Just catches the plate there to run the count to 1-1 on Boyd.
I'm gonna go what I said again. I think it was just good framing again.
Boyd singled and scored back in a second. Flew out in the third. That
Oh,
almost hit
just
him.
inside.
Tell you what, Sullivan has really been missing the plate. Again,
But it's nice. He has a good catch behind the dish, has good reflexes and getting the ball.
Boyd catching today both games of the doubleheader. That runs the count to 3-1. One out here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
And a walk. Pitch runner coming out.
Pitch running for Central Penn College is number 51, Sam Royer.
And pops him straight up. Smith Cole struggles continue at the plate.
Even though he's struggling at the plate, Paul, he is backing up with some great defense, though.
Oh,
like
there's
if
no
you
question
if
about that.
you're not hitting, if you're backing up, helping on defense, that's just as helpful. Obviously, you want to contribute at the plate, but if you're helping behind the diamond when you're on the field, you could outweigh that.
And back to the top of the order.
For the dangerous hitter, Owen Zell, dangerous speeder, and he rips one down the line.
That's going to be foul, though. That was a
That was
beautiful
some-
piece of hitting.
That's some power by Zell. That would have stayed fair. That probably would have brought everyone home and probably would have put Zell on third.
I mean, maybe that's inside the park territory.
It is also true. Number 20 for Christendom's stretching, tossing, warming up in the pen. Attempt to pick off, just to look him back. If you're the pitcher, though, I wouldn't be too worried about the runner with 2 outs. You think you'd be focused on the batter.
I agree, but, you know, on both sides of the ball this year, I've seen the pitchers so concerned with the runners with 2 outs. I mean, yeah, you don't want them to double steal. And there's Zell, another pop-up. And they come down with it. All right, that's going to retire the side. We're going to go to the top of the 6th. We're going
Number 7, Gus Coleman.
back here with you, Paul Miller and Parker Rose here to see the Knights only need 6 more outs
And it looks, when I look up in the sky, Paul, it looks like we got a break in the clouds right above us.
Indeed it
White
does.
clouds and blue skies trying to peak again.
We maybe get very lucky and get this game in.
And we
First
got
pitch swinging.
up in the infield. Good call off.
Quickly one away.
That's what we might be in territory. Paul, we might see Zerb might actually go the whole game.
Well,
Territory.
he already has one.
I mean, he only allowed 2 hits. 2 hits.
And I mean, this is very similar to the start that he had earlier in the season. Other than, you know, he's basically sat Christendom down in order 3 straight innings. And there's one to Smith Cole,
He knocked
who
it
knocks
down.
it down.
That's
What
great
a play.
defense. Great defense by Smith Cole there. And it goes back to my point. At the dish, he may be struggling, but it looks like he hurt himself, though, Paul. He's on that throw. Looks. But regardless, that was just a beautiful play.
I mean, I didn't see what happened.
I think on the throw, he just was stretching it out. I just saw him hit it through his glove on the ground. Yeah, he's stretching out that shoulder. But he put a lot of force on that throw to first to get the out. But knock it down, grab it, and then throw it like that, definitely a great defensive play.
And the pitch.
Back.
Straight back.
True.
So 0-2 with 2 outs here. Can Zerby go 1-2-3 here? The pitch. And he struck him out.
Zerby is feeling it now. He's definitely have his stuff today.
4 of 6. He has set them down in order, and would have been in the 5th as well, except he led off the inning with a hit by pitch. And other than allowing the first 3 batters of the 2nd inning, set them down 1-2-3.
He's definitely got to be our lead candidate for Weis Player of the Game, Paul.
No question about it. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back here with you for the bottom of the 6th. Could be the Knights. Back here with you, bottom of the 6th inning, Paul Miller, Parker Rose, and we're back to Campbell, Weston Campbell, at the top of the order after Zell ended the last inning. Campbell has walked twice and struck out, scored back in the 4th. So we will see what Campbell has going on. Big cut on the off-speed pitch, comes up empty.
Face it.
Campbell got both games of today's doubleheader after only having 7 at-bats so far this season.
It's good that he's getting some playing time here, Paul, in the doubleheader. And he,
No velocity there, all location. See it.
Outside, runs the count to 1-2. decent crowd throughout points in the day. I think once the rain threat came, some people headed for the door, but
Even then, there's still a decent crowd still here for the rain the game, Paul. Yeah, definitely with the rain threat, people probably made their way to the exits, but it was still a good crowd.
I think that big cloud kind of missed us over here on City Island. To 2-2.
Oh, back to the shortstop. This might be a tough play. Safe off the bag.
And he's going to 2.
No one called for the. They're all chasing for the ball.
So
I would even think, Paul, with the mister, I think he had them beat.
Number 34, David Thomas.
I think he had them beat by a step.
I mean, if there is an error, it could be on this extra base. So that could still be a single and an error.
Yeah, they did give an error on the scoreboard, but I thought he would have beat it out.
But again, a single and the error was on the throw.
Right, so-
to give him the extra base.
I don't think. Yep, they gave it a hit, so it's a hit and an error, like you
Okay.
called it, Paul. For some reason, he was hustling down that line.
David Thomas now did single and has 2 RBIs today and a run scored. Scored on the wild pitch back in the 4th.
Low, good trap.
We will be back here with you for the Knights' next home game on Wednesday, April 16th. So we'll have some time off. The Knights will take on Williamson Trade, Penn State Mont Alto, and Penn State Schuylkill in doubleheaders April 2nd, April 7th, and April 13th, respectively. So really going into the beginning of April, only a few more homestands left. April 16, 18, and 30. So only 3 more dates left on the season at home.
And that's a shot to left.
To deep left.
Looks like the left fielder got a read on
Just caught
the
it on
tag
the warning
in.
track.
Safe, no slide.
So Campbell does move to 3rd on the sack.
Tanner McCoy up here. Tanner's last at bat had that sack fly, bringing the run.
And
Was-
2 hit by pitches prior to that, Parker.
And also that last hit was a good contact by Tanner too in his last at bat. So he definitely looking for a nice gapper for a base hit here.
He's been hit 3 times, once in the first and once in the first game, and then once in the first inning and second inning. And of course had that little run in at first base where he got an interference call.
And he also had that play over in the foul line by the tarp there too.
So this has just been an up and down contest for McCoy,
Hey.
our cleanup hitter.
He's a good trooper though, battling. Oh, waved on the outside
I
pitch.
think he was fooled there. I think he thought fastball was coming and that was a slider.
MVP chance rant from the Central Penn dugout. Oh,
And
that
that
hit him
out.
again. Oh. You know, this got to be a Central Penn record for one player getting hit by a pitch
Well, certainly in a game, I mean, that's 3.
and overall in the day, 4?
4 times.
I mean, hit by pitches are not comfortable, but that on base percentage goes way up.
So still only 1 out. Runners on 1st and 3rd. And, we talked about this earlier with the 1st and 3rd situation. I don't know if they run McCoy here. Not only has he gotten hit 4 times today, we have a 5-run lead. Not that you don't want to tack him on, but you also don't want to get thrown out.
Or risk injuring a player, but yes.
Yeah, and he's not going.
But they are pitching outside because just in case of the. But we also talked about when you and Tyler were on earlier, Paul, is they usually sometimes just let him take second without the throw. They're not risking error or to steal from 3rd to home on the throw. McCoy still stays at 1st for a strike called.
Joseph, after that Nightly News Player of the game in Game 1, is 0 for 3 here in Game number 2.
He's definitely due here for one in the gap, Paul. Or at least bring one in for an RBI.
Just off the plate, and Christendom really struggling here. Sullivan to find the plate, but no one in. The Christendom bullpen.
They had
warming.
someone stretching, and then they said, I guess it's his game to finish or in hand until time.
2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. We're still hoping to get this game in its completeness. But I did feel a drop of rain there.
I feel a little bit as well.
And this is about when the rain was supposed to come in.
The good news is we had 5 completed innings, so...
Well, this game's official. And we're really only 5 outs away. Big strike there from Joseph comes up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That cut, he was looking at the evergreen sign in right center, Paul. 2-2 the count.
That's going to be popped straight up.
He's tagging. Oh, nope, just initiating
I think he was just looking for a poor throw that maybe gets away from the catcher, could score from third. And now Brent will be back up.
Batting 6, number 42, Kyle Brent.
Kyle Brent last at bat had that double off that in the gap.
And he also walked and flew to right, so he's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. But I got to tell you, Parker, this has been a great day for the Knights. Again, another tough play here. And they do get out of the inning, but a great day for the Knights. Of course, won the first contest and about to win this second contest should they be able to get just a couple of more outs. And we shall see if Zerby and Smiley can both go shutout. And I'll tell you, only one home game this season have the Knights allowed more than 1 run. I actually wrote that in the last article that I wrote. And that was, of course, the game that we lost to Penn State York. Otherwise, it has been all 1 or 0 runs.
That's...
Putting this stuff away.
All right. All right, we're back here in the top of the 7th. Parker Rose and fellow Nightly News Hall of Famer Tyler Coleman's here with me. Now we have on the mound is Joan Morales for Central Penn. So we will not see Colten Zerby for the complete game. Now batting we have number 4 for Christendom, Peter Sullivan. Morales gets his look from the catcher. And the first pitch, high and outside.
Sullivan coming into this bat 0 for 2 so far, so he's looking to try to get on base here to spark a rally for his Christendom offense.
And if you're Christendom, Tyler, you're looking for anything at this point, being down 5 runs, especially with this rain with the rain on it, the rain here actually.
Yeah, and it's, as you guys were talking about, this is an official game being through 5 innings, so for some reason it starts raining and the game gets called, Central Penn would get handed the win.
And regardless, here we are in the top of the 7th here, so Central Penn only needs 3 outs. So let's see if Morales can close it down here, and Central Penn gets the sweep of the doubleheader. 2 balls, no strikes. Strike called in there. Nice pitch.
The way Zell was pitching, I'm kind of surprised they didn't give him the opportunity to go the complete game.
Zerby was pitching really good, Tyler. It's okay.
Sorry, Zerby.
Zerby pitched a really good game. Besides that 1 inning, he was in trouble and they allowed that run. He was in complete control, like what Paul mentioned. He retired the last 3 sides in order with no issues. So definitely in both games today, Central Penn's pitching staff was great. And the best part about it, Tyler, is the bullpen's arms were saved.
Yep, yeah, and I mean, that's obviously as a manager, that's something you got to think ahead about whenever you have double headers, how you can use the pitchers.
And Sullivan rips one into the outfield for a single. So that puts a runner on for Christendom with no outs.
Bat 6, number 21, Roland Thornberry.
So now batting number 21, Roland Thornberry. Roland started the game for Christendom today. Besides some command issues, he wasn't too bad. But
yeah, he struggled with command a little bit. I think he had hit a couple batters, had some walks, so.
Ball outside. Looks like Morales' command control is a little outside, but could just be the jitters a bit. And the Weis player of the game we're going to give to today is Colten Zerby. Colten pitched a phenomenal game. So congratulations to Colten Zerby for being our Weis player of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he definitely gave the Knights a chance to win this game. So, like I said, would have been nice to see him get the complete game, but either way, six strong innings.
Well, I'm thinking, Tyler, maybe they're saving the arm for another day, too, as we get winding down the end. And that's a pop-up straight up. And just like that, it's 1 out. Knights are now 2 outs away from claiming a victory.
Batting 7th, 24, Edmund Thomas.
Now that brings Edmund Thomas to the plate for Christendom. But back to the Weis player of the game, Tyler. It's just the first 2 games. It just shows how dominant the Knights pitching staff was today. With the Weis player of the game, first game going to, and then Colten Zerby again the second. It was just all around just great pitching both these 2 games.
Yeah, both games today. The starting pitching definitely gave the Knights offense a chance to put runs on the board. It gave them the opportunity to bring home both these wins. So fantastic job, and hopefully we can see more of this pitching dominance moving forward.
A shot that just foul. That could have been big trouble if that stayed fair. Counts 0-2, runner on first with 1 out. The Knights lead 6-1. Just some of the box score. The Knights have 6 hits, 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Christendom has 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors. So definitely, and a strikeout with a high heat by Morales to get the 2nd out. The Knights are now 1 out of the way from completing this game.
There we go. Yep, let's get this last out and wrap up this doubleheader sweep of the day.
That will bring Luke Roman to the plate for Christendom.
Luke Roman has a strikeout back in the 2nd inning. 0 for 2 as well.
Just inside, off the plate. I guess we could be grateful, Tyler, that the rain ended up holding up so we were able to see the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely.
To this point. If 1-0. Nice on the outside corner for Morales. Evens the count to 1-1.
Yeah, it's always nice. You want to get the complete game win and not have it be ended early with rain and, have that hanging over your head. So
Absolutely, and the Knights' offense was phenomenal today, and great defense all around. Great team playing all around for the Knights. Definitely on the right path here at this point in the season. Down to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. As you hear the fans getting behind Morales to end the game here, and Central Penn to hopefully get the sweep of the doubleheader on their the conference rival Christendom. The 1-2 pitch. Just side. That evens the count to 2-2. What Paul mentioned earlier, Tyler, even despite the threat of rain, it's nice to still have a great turnout still here, rallying behind the Central Penn Knights.
yeah, definitely still a good crowd here cheering them on, trying to close out this victory.
2-2 pitch delivery. Did that hit him? I think the ump called a foul ball.
Looks like Roman is trying to argue that he got hit by the pitch, which can't blame him, trying to get base runners. At this point.
Any way you can at this point if you're a Christian, but from the way it looked to me, it sounded like it hit the bat for sure, Tyler. Like
Yeah, I heard a little bit of a click. Looks like there was some debate about it.
Wait, so then the upset 3-2. But we know all day that there was a lot of questionable calls and stuff, but we're not umpires. We're just calling the game. The delivery for Morales. The pitch. Got him on the outside and walks him. So that puts runners on first and second for Christendom. So that will bring number 2 to the plate, George Story. The pitch, chopper to the first base, Morales to the bag.
There we go. Nice
Is he off the bag? And they call him safe. He was off the bag. He had to dive for it because it looked like he was good. I will say it was a tough play for the first baseman to make it through the turn, but now that brings the bases loaded for Christendom. And the Christendom Crusaders are going down without a fight.
Yeah, if you're the Knights, you want to try to close this out. Don't let Christendom think that they still have a chance to make a comeback in this game.
Absolutely,
Tyler.
Tyler.
Got to get this last out here.
So that will bring number 12 to the plate, Paul Amuso. Catcher goes out to talk to Morales, gave him some calming them down a bit there. But with all the runners on the pond here, Tyler, Central Penn still has some insurance.
Yes.
Worst comes to worst, a grand slam hit here, Central Penn still has a 1-run lead. Obviously, that's not what we want, but just stating that those extra insurance runs do help.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Low.
Yeah, definitely want to try to get this last out here. Don't
even think about that.
Don't let them hang around.
And if I'm Morales at the mound, don't even worry about the batters. Just focus. Don't worry about the runners. Excuse me. Just focus on the batter. Musso ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strike.
So Musso coming into this at bat with 2 strikeouts. You know he's looking to do something.
The pitch inside 2-0. The one thing you don't want to do is walk in a runner here, because the walk in the runner comes in and brings the tying run to the plate, and the pitching coach for Central Penn is going out to talk to his pitcher. Definitely a great decision to calm him down. You watch, see how.
Yeah.
At this point in this game, Tyler, do you just try to get the ball on the ground, or do you just roll one on the ground? Hope they roll over on one?
Yeah.
Because it's 2 outs, so it's in your favor. It's not like they have 1 out here and they could just in being down 5 runs, I don't think you're doing a sacrifice squeeze.
No.
But if I'm Central Penn, I would just try to pitch him low and hope he chases.
Yeah, he's already struck out twice, so he might be able to get him to swing low.
Now, granted, right now he's ahead in the count 2-0, so he definitely has the advantage right now in the count. So, but let's see Morales battle back here. After the mound visit, the 2-0 pitch, the delivery, strike right up the middle. What a snag by Morales to end the game. And Central Penn completes the sweep of Christendom with a win of 6-1. What a wonderful game. We want to thank you everyone for joining us here for the broadcast. From Paul Miller, Parker Rose, and Tyler Coleman. Have a good evening.
Hey, thank you so much to Nightly News Hall of Famers Parker Rose and Tyler Coleman for doing such a great job today. Glad to have them and hope to see them again in the future. But we're going to sign off. The Knights win both games of the doubleheader against Christendom.